Hi everyone, it's Liam again, founder of CoachMake, and I'd like to highlight the memberships feature of the platform. So here's what I've noticed. A lot of coaches' work is scattered across all these different tools. You have sessions over here, program content and deliveries over there. Workbooks and assignments are in a Google Doc the coach emailed out, and payments are somewhere else entirely. So coaches shouldn't have to spend all this time being business administrators in order to be coaches. The memberships feature on CoachMake is built around a simple idea. Everything that makes up your coaching, the sessions, programs, workbooks, should live together as one experience for the client. And once you've built that as an offering, it becomes something that new clients can discover and join on their own, and something you can run with entire groups at once. So today I'd like to show you what that experience of creating and offering a membership is like for a coach on CoachMake. All right, so this is my coach dashboard for my coach account. And from here, I can scroll down to get to the membership section. And what I can do is click Manage Memberships and Create Membership. And I can go ahead and basically customize this however I want as a coach. I can add programs that are included in the membership. I can price it how I want, recurring or a one-time payment by the client. And recurring, it can be paid for monthly, quarterly, or annually by the client. And I choose the price as a coach. So I can go in and make it $30. And if I want to add a quarterly discount, I can do that. I can make it 5% and 10% for the annual. Just to basically give more options to the client for their payment, their billing cycle. And one really cool thing about memberships is that you can create cohorts where the members are grouped into more manageable clusters. So I could go ahead and make this cohort 10 members max. I can add another cohort, make this one 10 members, and these will get filled up, and members will be added to open cohorts as they get filled up. So, and then what I can do is create my own session schedule. I just scheduled a weekly recurring session for this cohort 2, and so that kind of creates a more digestible way of working with larger numbers of members, whether you have a larger audience or more clients are discovering your membership on the marketplace, whatever the case may be. This makes it much easier to manage because each cohort has its own session schedule. So you can basically fill up your calendar with cohort sessions and be maximizing your ability to actually spend time coaching and not doing all the admin stuff that I mentioned in the intro. So that's it's pretty self-explanatory. Another thing I can do is add a workbook. So a workbook is, and I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like, creating a workbook that can be added to memberships. So when I go to create a workbook from the coach dashboard and click this create workbook button, I can create pages of questions with a title. Here's an example. What are your top 3 life goals, and an explanation of the question. I can add an explanation image. Maybe if I wanted to add a diagram of some sort, I could do that. And I can customize the type of input or format of the answer that I want to let clients respond with. So for this one, I'd say long text is probably better. And life goal 1, you get the idea. And I can add questions to each page. I can add a page here's page 2, and here's the, question. I can reorder questions so that they are, dynamically changeable by you creating the workbook. And so what I can do after I create a workbook is assign it to a membership, so that when a new client becomes a member, they immediately get signed this workbook where they fill it out, and once they submit it, it's saved and they can access it, and also you as the coach can access it. So it's easier to integrate that work into the rest of the work that you're doing together. So that's the workbook. And then as far as how memberships actually look, this is the membership marketplace. So these are all memberships I've created as a coach, and I can go here and it will display the thumbnail, the programs that are included, and sort of an overview of the cohorts and their session schedules. So, and then I can choose how I want to pay for the plan. When I created this membership, I only did recurring subscription. So it would be a recurring subscription for me as a client if I were to enroll in this. All right, so memberships are live on CoachMake now, and if you want to see how to build your first membership with programs, workbooks, and cohorts that have their own session schedules, I'd be happy to do a personal walkthrough if you send a direct message to this Instagram account. And we're early on, so come build your offer and let's grow together.